Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Hey, it only works if you pick up. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode with WCAMStudios. Take care of your health.
Love is like a dying bird, only memories, and through these years I'll remember blue eyes bright.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? So working in BLS has been a very eye-opening experience, to say the least. And I've come to the conclusion that there is an industry, a very well-paid industry, that wants you to be unhealthy. They don't want you racking out quickly with a heart attack. Au contraire. No, what the industry wants is for you to eat unhealthy, be unhealthy, act unhealthy, engage in unhealthy activities so that they're making money on the front end, and then on the back end, when you get old, instead of having a quick descent into morbidity, it's more of this gradual, slow decline where you are bedridden and having to get ferried back and forth, say, to a dialysis center 3 times a week. Now, for those who don't know, ambulance rides are very expensive, especially just going from your house to the hospital. But imagine what that cost is, shuttling you from your house to a dialysis center and back to your house 3 times a week. And then imagine the cost of the dialysis center itself. BLS at this point has become nothing but profiteers of not letting people die, of caring for the living dead, as cruel as that sounds. Imagine that you've been bedridden for the last 7 years. Your only real activity is watching TV, and then getting bussed back and forth to a dialysis center 3 times a week. Well, who's getting paid on that? The dialysis center is getting paid. The nurses are getting paid. The EMTs are getting paid. And even your child is picking up a paycheck being your caregiver at your home. And instead of letting you pass away gracefully into the afterlife, which is where we are all headed, you're being kept on this very sophisticated form of life support, where at this point in your life, you really have no utility. You're not ambulatory enough to get around on your own, so you're stuck in bed all day. You can't really care for yourself. You can't watch over your grandkids. There is no utility. And as cruel as that sounds, that's what's happening every day. If you want a dose of reality, walk into a DaVita dialysis center and you're gonna see what's going on. It's sad. You know, if you stroke out quickly, if you have a heart attack when you're 67 and fall down dead, if you're even taken out in an accident in the later half of your life, you're the lucky one. The unlucky ones are being bussed back and forth from their house to some type of dialysis center, from some senior nursing facility to a dialysis center. And that's what's going on. And people in BLS are being fed this mind control mantra of, you're doing good, you're providing these people care. But we're not really providing care. We're sticking them in the back of an ambulance, we're taking vitals, and we are hauling ass with our fingers crossed, hoping that nobody dies in the van, because if something like that were to happen, well, then there's just a bunch of paperwork. No, BLS crews are picking you up from the dialysis center, making sure they get a set of vitals from the computer, throwing you in the back of the van, getting some vitals quickly, and then hauling ass to where you live and dropping you off. And they will do this for many, many years, so much so that you'll get on a first-name basis with your BLS, and BLS will get on a first-name basis with their patients. And it's a tragedy that this is what's happening in America. They say one of the first things that you lose in a hospital is your dignity. And I believe that, even though they have industries and healthcare facilities called, colloquially, dignity health. There is no dignity there. All that we're really doing is perpetuating this sick cycle of the healthcare industry where people are profiting on the living dead. I mean, it's so bad once you get around this industry that I told the better half that if this were to ever happen to me, if I were to ever to get Alzheimer's, renal failure, or anything else that would cause me to have to visit a facility regularly by ambulance, I want you to knock me out with some Benadryl, use the soft straps on me, and then suffocate me with a pillow, because I don't want my family having to deal with this type of living situation. And believe it, there is a real industry banking on you being unhealthy, living an unhealthy life, eating unhealthy things, engaging in unhealthy activities in hopes that you become unhealthy and have to visit their facilities numerous times a week. What they don't want, what the industry doesn't want, is you seeking out healthy foods, seeking out local food co-ops growing organic food, local ranchers who are raising the beef without antibiotics, without steroids, in a grass-fed environment, and then slaughtering the beef and then selling you that beef. No, they want you buying corporate agro-foods where it's all made by big corporations who don't really care how it's done, where cattle are run through meat production facilities where they're not treated right from day one. They're fattened up at feedlots where they're knee-deep in their own feces, and so they have to be plunged with antibiotics and steroids, and also drinking the same milk from those cattle. They want you living an unhealthy lifestyle. They want you buying the Doritos so that you're getting that daily dose of MSG. They don't want you being active. They don't want you out in the bosom of nature. They want you on the grid, plugged into the grid, surrounding yourself with the antithesis of health. And like I said before, it's very, very eye-opening. And other BLS workers don't get it. When I tell them that we are profiteers of death, they say, how are we profiting off of death? It's the insurance companies that are paying. Yes, the insurance companies are paying because nobody is having to pay into these insurance companies. I mean, in California, it's mandatory that you have health insurance. Why do you think Obama wanted everyone to have health insurance and made it mandatory? And if you didn't get it, what were they going to do? They were going to charge you for not getting health insurance because there is a big, big industry around it. So take care of yourselves. Stop engaging in unhealthy activities. Cut your vices down. Now, some people might say, hey, I'm going to enjoy myself until the day comes when I'm dead. Well, think about this. You might be smoking, drinking, and smoking other stuff, and engaging in other risky behaviors. Your death may not be quick. You may be hooked up to a ventilation machine, just like a man was in Pollock Pines. Out here in California, PG&E has been cutting the power to certain areas because of fires. And so a 67-year-old man with COPD and congestive heart failure was strapped to an oxygen machine. And what happened? PG&E cut the power. What happened to him? He died. Lucky him, because who knows how long he would have been strapped to those machines before he would have had to have gone to a senior nursing facility. And if you want another dose of reality, go to one of them. Go to a senior nursing facility, AKA an old folks home. There's a reason why they are in need of volunteers to come down there and visit with the people there. Grab a guitar, play a guitar. Come down, young person, and just say hello to these people, because those people have been dropped off there to linger and die. Their families don't want to be involved. The staff there are callous and really don't care. And all that you're getting in those facilities is a smiling face for a little bit and some small talk. And the banter there is very cheap. When you're dealing with a woman who broke her foot, what is our response? Well, hey there, Sherry, how'd you break your foot? Dancing? And I know darn well she isn't dancing. Oh, she fell down. This is what's coming to you if you're not healthy. So be active. You got a heart condition? Stay active. Get out there, run marathons, and drop dead of a heart attack. You don't want to be lashed to a machine where you're having to get ferried back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because all you're doing, you have been commodified at that point. You are a commodity to be shuffled back and forth at that point, to have medical supplies dropped off. And everybody there that's having to serve you is in a hurry. You know why? Because they got more people coming in. And hey, maybe your stay might be short there. Then again, it may be very long. So you need to start asking yourselves, how much do you like watching TV? Because that's going to be your day for the rest of your life once you're at this end-of-life care. And your end-of-life care might last very, very long. And it's sick, and it's cruel, and it's not dignified in any way. Americans are no longer dying with their boots on, so to speak. They're dying in these facilities, or they're dying in their home gurney that the insurance company paid for so that they can sit at home and watch TV and wait for the next visit. And that is no way to live. So take care of yourselves out there. Eat good food, get good sleep, do good things, and stay active. And pray that you're one of the lucky ones that burns out quick. What do you guys think? Rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. And as a treat, I'm going to give you a small gift on this video. Allow me to de-stress you, because science proves that being in nature lowers your stress level and is good for your brain.